Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the QZ Show. I'm your host Quinn Peplo, alongside with NFL analyst Matteo Zavala and NFL analyst Mikey Volpentesta. Today we're going to be going over our week recaps of week 8, I believe.
Week 9, to be correct.
So
And
what's
to
up?
start off with the first game, I'm
Yeah.
going to start off with the Sunday night game, Titans at SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, this was a bad one for the Rams. A lot of upsets this week.
Yes, there
This one
was.
shocked me. I thought the Rams would have blew them out. No Derrick Henry. And Julio Jones he's not showing any elite status. And Tannehill, he's playing okay. He's not playing as well as I assumed this season. Same thing with AJ Brown, but AJ Brown kind of stepped up in this game.
I was a little nervous at first.
Yeah, they also have a washed Adrian Peterson.
The GOAT.
Yeah. But, I mean, the Titans got a quick, fast start against the Rams. Stafford threw 2 bad interceptions that led to 2 straight touchdowns. I believe the first interception, he threw it. Titans got it at the Rams' 5-yard line. Easy touchdown for the Titans. And then Stafford threw a pick 6, and then it was all mayhem from there. They were down 1-3.
This defense played very, very well against this high-powered offense.
Yeah.
Underrated player of the week, Jeffrey Simmons went off. He had 3 sacks. He went off, and 2.
He's on the Titans, right?
Yeah, 3 sacks in one game. That's a lot. Kevin Byard with the pick 6, and by David Long, a linebacker. Like, this team played really solid, and so far against teams over 500, the Titans are 5-0.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, 5-0.
Defeated against playoff teams from last year too.
Yeah, they beat the Chiefs, they beat the Bills, they beat the Rams. They
lost to the Jets.
The Jets, and I can't think of the other one.
Me neither. But
whatever, some crappy team.
Yeah, Stafford was flustered the entire time. He was throwing the ball away. He had a lot of bad passes that he overthrew, underthrew. He was getting sacked. Those bad interceptions, like I said, that got the ball rolling from the Titans' offense and defense. They had the momentum the entire time. Huge upset, I would say. Titans, good one for them.
Yeah, it was pretty much a sacking game. Like, the Rams had 3 sacks and the Titans got 5, so 8 sacks all day and 3 picks. A whole lot of defense.
A lot of defense. I think that Texans game had a lot more turnovers, but.
Don't even get me started on Jacoby Brissett. Okay.
It's the next game, Tail.
Off to the next game. We have Bills at Jacksonville.
Wow. This game is so ridiculous. I actually have the game plan on right now. But, I mean, Josh Allen, he was just bad. He sucked this game. The Bills did not show up. They were not prepared at all.
Not one bit. And Josh Allen showed up.
The other Josh Allen showed up for Jacksonville.
Play crazy. He is Mateo's defensive player of the week. Josh Allen, defensive player of the week.
Defensive player of the week too. The QZ Show's defensive player of the week.
Player of the week. He had 1 sack, 1 interception, and 1 fumble recovery. Yeah. What a great game by him. But
did he have 8 tackles?
Yes. Going back to the Bills. This team wasn't clicking at all. Josh Allen was off. He was sacked 4 times. He was 31 of 47. His average was really below his standard.
Yeah, below 10 yards.
He was averaging 5.6 yards of reception, which that's really low for his levels, for his numbers.
Yeah. And he led his team in running. Mm-hmm. They didn't have a balanced offense. Devin Singletary, Zach Moss had combined 9 carries. And obviously Josh Allen threw the ball
for 22 yards.
And he was sacked 4 times. So basically, they threw the ball 51 times. They're trying to throw the ball 51 times compared to the 14 rushes they had in the game. I mean, that's terrible balanced offense. They should have give Devin Singletary, Zach Moss more like rush attempts because the Jags really figured them out.
Yes.
That's how they flustered Josh Allen too. They knew they were going to pass the entire time. It didn't work at all. Credit to the Bills defense, though. They did shut down Trevor Lawrence and that Jags offense. Like, I thought
Bills defense did their job only team that needed to do their job was the offense, which normally that's what they do, is do their job, but they didn't. They did not play well at all.
And the Jags missed a field goal in this game too, so that's more good field position.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny with that. It's kind of funny with that field goal. So like he missed the field goal, and then there was a flag, roughing the kicker, kicked it again, missed it again. Like, come on now. And I mean,
I think he was kind of hurt because he got roughed though.
This defense played hard. Josh Allen came in. Miles Jack was playing solid.
Yeah, Bill squandered great defensive performance. Yes. This is inexcusable by Josh Allen in that offense. They'll be back next week. This one was a wake-up call and a huge upset. Credit Urban Meyer and those guys.
Off to the next game with no Josh Allens.
Yeah.
Vegas at New York.
This was another shocker. All these upsets, Teo, I tell you.
All these upsets.
They didn't play that bad, though. He did throw a pick six, and they had overs. Giants, I mean, their defense stepped up, and their running back, Devin Booker, stepped up. I mean, they're not relying on Daniel Jones that much anymore, so they just have to rely on this defense.
This defense is solid. This defense is very well. They showed up last year, and they're showing up again.
Yeah, they're solid. But it's like this team's got to pick it up with Daniel Jones. But today they rely on that defensive game and running game, even without Saquon Barkley, and they did well.
Played very well. Kenny Gallaudet, I mean, they got some receivers back. Didn't really use them that much. But this defense showed up. Vegas making a whole lot of errors on the passing end. Derek Carr normally gets this on point.
Maybe because of Ruggs. All that.
Well, it was about Ruggs, and they just released
he's a threat too.
And they just released Damon Arnett, a defensive back.
Yeah.
There were 2 first-round picks last year, both cut this year.
Ruggs screwed himself over. And, I mean, I would also say for the Giants, free agent signing bust so far is Kenny Gallaudet. He has not done anything for this team at all. He was great on Detroit, but I'm surprised that he's not, doing much for this passing game for the Giants. Because he's getting close to an elite receiver status. He can run. He's a fast runner. He can run his routes and catch the ball. I just don't know how they're not getting him involved that much.
And, I mean, the defense did put pressure on Daniel Jones. I agree with you said about Kenny Gallaudet. Nick Ngakoue, a guy I really liked at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
He got 2 sacks and a forced fumble and 2 tackles. He played really well.
I love it. There's a lot of turnover upsets this week.
My turnover mania.
Interception mania.
Next game, another upset. Atlanta at New Orleans.
I mean, this was an upset. Yeah, you and I both picked the Saints. I had a feeling this would be a close game because Trevor Lawrence was playing, and they don't have the wide receiver power.
Yeah, they don't. Not one bit.
And Mark Ingram, who's okay, but he is old. He's way above the age of 30. Trevor Simeon, he's not an elite quarterback, obviously. He's
not one bit.
First-string quarterback. But they were close to winning. They came back in the fourth quarter, and they had the lead. But, I mean, Matty Ice finally comes back. And
Matt Ryan, the GOAT.
For Atlanta. Where was this 5 years ago? Seriously, 5 years ago. That Super Bowl. He shows up now. They went back in 3 games this season. Atlanta. They were about to blow games. They came back in 3 games this season. And where was this 5 years ago? I swear to God.
I know.
Credit to and Cordell Patterson. They're really using him well.
Out of nowhere, no one expected Cordell Patterson to be doing these great numbers on offense, just returning. That's normally his thing. And they stepped him up as a receiver, I realized. A little bit less on the running end, but more as a receiver then. So he's like a triple threat right now.
He's still getting a lot of rushes, though, too.
Russell Gage stepped up. Kyle Pitts needed to perform a little bit better, but who cares? He will step up. And, I think another thing, too, with not having their star receiver on their team, they're starting to spread the ball more.
Yeah, that's smart. And Kyle Pitts
and this defense is pretty solid if they work together. Like Deion Jones, I am a big fan of him. Every week, I love what that man does on the field.
Yeah.
He's a great middle linebacker. And also the Saints end, honestly, Simeon didn't play all that bad, but I feel like if Taysom Hill was number 2 going into the season, they should stick with Taysom Hill over Trevor Simeon. That's my opinion, at least.
Yeah, I think there might be a psychological issue going on with Taysom Hill right now, or maybe he's still kind of recovering from that injury. Maybe that's why they're not having him throw the ball, and they're not having him get the ball that much in the game. But I mean, he's still a good Swiss Army knife that they can use. Trevor Simeon is okay, but like you said, it's very odd that he was kind of expected to be the guy before the first preseason game, but now it seems like he's a third stringer.
Yeah, I know. And off to Denver at Dallas. What a killer upset.
Yeah. This game was not close at all. It was not close. Even though it was 30-16, this game was not close because the Cowboys scored in garbage time, where it didn't matter at all. They were down 30-0. They got shut down the entire time. Dak Prescott missed a lot of throws. He was garbage in this game. Flat out sucked. Should have been benched the fourth quarter. Those 2 touchdowns shouldn't even have counted because this game was well over. I credit Denver's defense. Their defensive play calling helped them too, shut down Prescott and that balanced offense that they have. Teddy Bridgewater played well. He didn't turn the ball over at all. Neither did the running backs. Gordon and Williams both had a great game. They had almost 200 rushing yards on the day against this Dallas defense. And they had their other wide receiver back, Tim Patrick. He played well too. So they got another weapon back.
He played great.
I think the Cowboys.
Yeah, they got the whole team, dude.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised. Like, I thought Kyle Kendall Hinton was garbage, and he's on the roster making plays. He had an interception for 40 yards. I mean, that's still a giant play, but he's been making plays for his team so far this year. And I like the even split they have going, the running back by committee with Gordon and Javonte Williams.
I guess I like it now. Keep going.
They're both threats. They're both very good at what they do, and they get their points and yards.
I feel like this game was like the game where like it actually showed how effective their running back by committee is, because like normally I just Gordon getting those yards and the touchdowns. Now I see that Williams actually is making. He's been making a slight impact for these games. He made a huge impact for this game, though. This is his first 100-yard rushing game. Good for him. I mean, they blew out the Cowboys.
Without Vaughn, big point.
Nice point.
And off to Baltimore versus Minnesota. Dude, Minnesota, they've been so close almost every game this year.
It's like them. They do that every year, though. Every year they lose a bunch of close games by field goals or touchdowns, or they blow
on
half.
Let's look at this regular season schedule. So they lost, and let's see, they lost in overtime. Guess what?
The Cardinals.
The Bengals.
Oh, that too. That's right.
They lost by 1 to the Cardinals. They lost. Okay, they lost to Seattle. They lost by a touchdown against the Browns. They barely beat the Lions. They lost by a touchdown to the Panthers. They lost by one possession by the Cowboys, 1 possession by the Ravens. This team needs to start playing from start to end. They're not playing from start to end. All they're playing is the first half, and they're not there for the second half of the game. Because Baltimore's down 2 scores.
They were. The Vikings had it in the bag in this game. And the offense just stopped producing. And then it gave Lamar Jackson and his offense more momentum to come back. I mean, all he does is run the ball, and he's getting better at passing. People crap on Lamar Jackson.
He has improved a lot, but he's very inconsistent with his passing.
He is on some plays, a couple plays, I guess. But, I mean, he's good at both. He can pass the ball. He is accurate, but he is inconsistent, like you said. Hollywood Brown had a good game.
He's been a stud this year, Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
He's finally producing from the hype. And the first round pick, Rashard Bateman, has been showing up. Finally showing up. He got 5 receptions for 52 yards.
Yeah. I actually have Lamar Jackson being my offensive player this week because they were down so many points, and he put up 120 rushing yards and has 3 passing touchdowns in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a good fourth quarter comeback, game-winning drive. Against Vikings are not bad, like you said. Not bad.
That's very good. So
a lot of close games. Yeah.
Well, not sorry to add this game to you, Quinn, but I think we should talk about the Browns and the Bengals real quick.
We'll go right ahead. Yeah.
The Browns last year, they played very well without OBJ. This game, they played very well without OBJ.
Yeah.
OBJ train is horrible. OBJ is a big dramatic. OBJ is dramatic. Nick Chubb is insane. He's my offensive player of the week. I changed it up from earlier.
Ooh. Okay.
Nick Chubb is fantastic player. He went off this game. He had over 104. He almost had 140 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he got 2 receptions for 26 yards too. But he had some nice catches.
Yeah, this game was close early on, and I thought the Bengals were gonna have a close game or maybe blow the Browns out at first. But the Browns got that momentum with that huge pick 6. And then Jamar Chase also fumbled the ball early in the game. That was a turnover. And then the Browns offense, like you said, they were cooking with Nick Chubb. No Odell Beckham. So, I mean, Baker feels like with Odell, I feel like he has to throw the ball to him. He's forced to throw the ball to him. And Odell's kind of a diva. He wasn't a great fit with the Browns.
Not a great locker room presence for this team.
Yeah, him and Baker Mayfield didn't click on and off the field, I believe. And it's more of a passing game. I mean, it opens up more holes for other guys that Baker can throw to.
And the Bengals O-line is still garbage. Got sacked 5 times, 1.5 times by Myles Garrett, 2 times by a corner, Troy Hill.
Yeah. And just to be clear, I want to go over. Well, I kind of said my offense and defense player of the week. I'll just go over it again. Defense player of the week, Josh Allen from the Jags. Had a great game, shutting down Josh Allen, the pick, a fumble, and 8 tackles. My offensive player, Lamar Jackson, had that game-winning drive, fourth quarter comeback against the Vikings. They were down 14 points in the second half, 120 rushing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 266 passing yards. He's a dual threat. I wish Michael Vick put up those numbers, but, I mean, he didn't play in 2020, so.
Like the QZ said, the QZ show co-host said, Josh Allen, defensive player of the week, and like I said earlier, Nick Chubb. And that's going to be it for the show tonight. And good news for you guys. We have a new giveaway at 500 subscribers. It is called the Pittman Package. So you'll get a signed football from Michael Pittman himself, also known as Mr. Pittman, and the shirt, Mr. Pittman. So if you go check out our Colts training camp video, you can see me get the ball from Mr. Pittman himself. And it's gonna be it for 500 subscribers. So just like, share, comment, do whatever you need to do to be part of this giveaway. And don't forget to subscribe to below. Check out our merch down below, and check out our social medias. Follow above to see some new content and to see when our posts are gonna be out. And that'll be it for the show tonight.
I thank God you didn't say it.
Have a good one.
Yeah. That was a good episode though. We were very passionate.
Sorry about that I totally forgot about that Bengals game.
No, that's fine. What's it called?